Hello and welcome to Spectral Readings. My name is Cameron and this is a video for Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's going to be Oracle Guidance. What you should do to live better and be more on your path to happiness and success. That is one of the best parts about divination for me, is it tells you how to be to have the best outcome in any situation. It is very useful. Now, before I get into it, I would like to talk about something that is often brought up to me in comments and messages, and that is people cautioning me about being in the public, about broadcasting. And while it may seem like those people are helping, that is actually just a symptom of, yes, the evil eye is put onto me all the time. That is just something that I deal with, and tarot aside, divination aside, broadcasting aside, that's something that I deal with all the time. People are obsessive with my energy, and if I weren't actively defending myself and responding accordingly to situations that are brought upon me, I would be nowhere and I would have nothing. But that is something that I've just always dealt with, so don't you worry. And yes, this is a little tricky of a profession for an empath or etc., because tarot readers and healers are dealing with people who need healing. So that energy, these people that need help often are just trying to push it onto somebody else. So don't you worry. I have ways of dealing with these things, and I wasn't born yesterday. Although my birthday was a few days ago, and that is why I took a few days off, because a lot of people care about a birthday happening. So I had a birthday party, those kinds of things, and of course I have to recover after interacting with so many people. Although I'm very grateful for all of the birthday wishes, etc. A few minutes into the video, let's get going. I'm drawn to the Animal Oracle deck first. And immediately I'm seeing a chameleon. And what I think it's trying to say here is that when you're in the right environment, Virgo, you will show beautiful colors. And that kind of brings me to another thing that people tell me that I should talk about, is beauty. How a spiritual person does beauty things. Now, what people perceive of you is light. So in order to be beautiful, my best advice is to clean your energy. It matters more than what you do to your face. Also, what you would optimally do is intake light. And people can split hairs with diet, but what's most important is how you respond. If you're eating things out of guilt, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're eating a stalk of celery out of guilt, it's going to dim your light a little bit. And also, products that you use on you, try to make sure that they're natural as best as you can, or made with care. And really, it's very simple what you should do to your face. You should cleanse it and use oil to moisturize it, and just do that with a regimen. The card that came out is Phoenix. Beautiful. Rising from the ashes. This is Virgo's season, and this is where your energy is kind of amplified just so naturally by the sun, and your energy is given room to breathe and have effect on your surroundings. This is a great time of success for Virgos. The card is Faith, Transition, Spiritual Awareness. You are being guided to remove what no longer serves you from your life. Turn your ideas into actions, and they will transcend beyond your expectations. As you detach, doors of opportunity will begin to open. and something magnificent will emerge. This is so true. Pretty much any time that you're not on your path, it's because you're on also, at least partially, a path that does not serve you. Now, this could be a relationship that doesn't serve you. This could be people that you know are no good for you. Red flags are not just pretty decorations. Red flags are not something to charge at like a bull. You really just need to be helping yourself. Now, there's a saying, a dog has 4 legs but moves in one direction. Now, if a dog 3 legs are moving forward and 1 leg is moving backward, it's not going to be on the right path. Now, this changes your luck, and it changes the impact that you can have in any given situation, circumstance, in your work, in your relationships, how people perceive you. The Phoenix is saying that you need to shed that which does not serve you. This can be a hard pill for some people to swallow. Sometimes people are just covering their eyes with the red flag so that they cannot see. But if there's some situation that I just made you think of, it's time to let it go. Do cleansing rituals for a few days, those kinds of things. And if there is somebody who is persistent about you, there are a few things that you can do. If there's a person you're dealing with, or even a situation that you're dealing with that is just so persistent about latching onto your energy and you're having a hard time removing it, put the name of it on a piece of, in this case, you can use brown or white paper with no lines on it. Put it in water, put that in a cup, and put that in the freezer. That will cool down all of the attachments. Now, if that doesn't work, another thing you can do is same thing, name on a piece of paper. Do it 3 times this time. Put it in a coffee can or some sort of a metal container with 3 rocks, relatively small rocks, and go to a road that you've never been on before, somewhere not on your normal path, and take the coffee can and roll it away from you. Now, you may also want to put red palm oil on the piece of paper. This will remove them from your life. This works very well. So the Phoenix is how you need to be presenting yourself in the world now, is that you've let go of that which does not serve you, and you're not playing the games here of trying to keep things with you that don't belong. It is almost like a show of strength. It just needs to be let go. So here, Virgo, as you are moving forward, you are presenting as the Phoenix. Now I'll do the wisdom of the Oracle deck next. Like, let's say that you're 5 minutes late to work and it throws off your whole day because you're freaking out about it, but it's just something that you can't fix. And let's say it's because you're, what am I seeing? On scrolling through Twitter or some sort of a news feed in the morning, like you're just kind of dragging along and then suddenly you're rushing. Maybe that bit of social media in the morning is what isn't serving you. And what it says is, as you detach, doors of opportunity will begin to open and something magnificent will emerge. Get 1 card. So yeah, in this example, let's say you have a more efficient morning and you let go of the things that don't serve you. You'll have a better day, and then some sort of an opportunity will emerge from that. I'm seeing that maybe a relationship could come from it as well. Somebody will see you in a different light. Absolutely. You may need to branch out a bit. I'm trying to decipher how exactly it is that you're meant to do that. Let's say that you go for walks and you go to a certain place, or you do some sort of an exercise in a certain way, or you go get coffee at one place, I think it's time for you to go somewhere new and to try to have new experiences here with the Phoenix. Really, just anything that doesn't serve you, try saying goodbye to it. Sometimes we do need to throw little spiritual parties where we say goodbye to something, or we say hello to something, or we celebrate something. Often we're meant to celebrate our ancestors or our spirits. There are many ways of going about doing that. There's one where you have a glass of water for each of them, and a different type of alcohol for each of them. Many different kinds of flowers. You might want to do something like that. And also, like, let's say that you're having a hard time going to bed on time. There are so many herbs on this planet that were given us to help us with those things. So maybe you need to celebrate going to bed earlier with a cup of tea or something like that. Okay. The Tribe in reverse is the Oracle card that came out. So I will read to you the protection message for this card number 8. Beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the tribe? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger whole? This will never fulfill you. Now is a time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall. Be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears too high a cost. Wow. This brings to mind something that I happened to have just come across earlier today that I was watching, was a Supreme Court justice, and she hid that she had diabetes her whole life. Until her adulthood, she was having a party with all of her friends, and she ended up falling asleep somewhere because she had low blood sugar. And luckily somebody came and shook her to ask her a question. She wasn't able to find the answer, but she ended up getting up and walking around. She was relatively unconscious, and someone happened to walk by her with a slice of cake, and she just instinctively, without even knowing, grabbed the cake and ate it, when her friend was going away. So she ended up having to decide that she would share her condition with her friends. And what she said was she couldn't believe that she almost died in a room full of her friends because she didn't share with them the condition that she had. So if you're dimming your light or changing yourself to fit into a larger whole, that might be coming at a higher price than you know. And by shedding that which does not serve you, you will open doors to new possibilities for yourself. Now, let's see what else. Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. As a reader myself, doing personal readings, something that I notice most often is people have a hard time letting go of something. Now, this could be a relationship or letting go of some sort of an expectation. And often they'll get a reading because they want the reader to tell them, you know, the magic way that they're going to be able to keep this thing that they can't let go of. And that must be hard for them. I understand that. But that's where you'll have to help yourself. Here we go. Keep your dreams alive. Beautiful. Also, I hope there haven't been any loud noises from outside, but I keep the windows open during the day and also during the night, oftentimes for my cat Merlin. I don't know if you've seen him today. I haven't been paying attention to that, but it's the best part of his life, the windows. There are like families of cats who make their way by the window to interact with them, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, keep your dreams alive. Start to identify plans and actions that will lead you to achieve your dreams and goals. Your dreams can become your reality. This is a time when you need to be able to apply detailed planning in order to manifest your dreams and realize your goals. You need to remain focused on the practical side of things. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. It is easy to be distracted by more ideas and concepts. Keep focused on what is realistic and achievable. Your common sense and pragmatic approach will lead you to a solution that actually works. Begin taking steps that will bring you closer to your dreams. Absolutely. If you have a dream, take one step toward it every single day, and it will become more and more possible every single day. Don't try to take too much on at once, because you might end up that'd be like a Jenga tower collapsing because it wasn't built on a firm foundation. And this lack of foundation toward making your dreams come true, whatever they may be, is what you need to release with this Phoenix card. And trying to blend in will not serve you at this time. You need to be your true, authentic self, and that will make you the most happy. And let's see. We can do a rune. Mm-hmm. What I'm seeing is a yellow light coming down from clouds. And it's reminding me of the David Bowie lyric, "A crack in the sky and a hand reaching down to me." So when some sort of a cloud clears, when some clouded energy is released, there will be an insightful aha moment. Berkana is the card. That is very interesting imagery here. I will read to you about it. Not everyone needs to know your plans, and that's something that I personally employ in every way. It's very important, especially doing an alternative lifestyle. If the more people you let in, the more chances of people influencing your energy in an adverse way. So if you're looking to do something alternative, and you go to a very conservative person and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, don't expect them to help you. Don't expect sharing that to help you. So this card, keyword is creativity. This rune is linked to fertility, beauty, and the ability to take care of others, all classic feminine attributes. Are we able to take care of others without asking anything in return? Do we believe tenderness is for the weak, or do we consider it an important virtue? This rune protects those who are on the verge of giving birth to a child, either in the flesh or symbolically. The time has come to celebrate creativity, tenderness, and strength that come from being receptive. There is great beauty in being at the service of others. Inspiration comes only to those who know how to listen and embrace the stimuli surrounding them, without necessarily acting right away. Absolutely. You can't be in a state of reaction all the time. You have to take it in and listen before you will be able to know how to respond. Now, as far as selflessly helping others, that it will be important to bite the bullet for whatever it is that you're taking on. If you're taking on a leadership role, if you're taking on whatever project it may be, everything does come at a cost, and the cost that is yours, you'll need to accept and take. However, nothing is free, and that's why I don't do free readings except for these videos or $5 readings. And there is a culture in the world of trying to do everything for the cheapest possible. That isn't realistic, and it's not sustainable, and oftentimes the people who do those things offer some service for very cheap. You'll notice that they disappear, or they start to like freak out or something, because let's say that I offered to shovel your driveway for $2, and let's say you kept coming to me for that. I would be exhausted, and that $2 would not nourish me enough to sustain that action. So whatever it is that you do, understand, like if you were to shovel somebody's driveway, you would dress up for the cold. You would be ready to do the work. But you also have to charge enough to where you can have the proper equipment. You can feed yourself. Those kinds of things. So whatever it is that you are looking to do, make sure that, yes, you are fully prepared to embrace it, but also that you are there's some sort of a reciprocation occurring. And there is something financially or energetically called opportunity cost. So that's something to take into consideration as well, but just make sure that you're setting yourself up with a strong foundation, and you're not just giving yourself away, because when we give ourselves away, people will just use you like a towel or something like that, or a garbage receptacle. I'm sure that we have all at some point been confused for a garbage receptacle. The Romance Angels Oracle card deck is attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I think I brought up this earlier in the reading. By being on your true authentic path and by being your true authentic self, you will, if you're open to it, attract somebody who is good for your path. Now, I've told you this before, not in this reading, but if we're not on the right path, if we're entertaining energies that do not serve us, that will be very much reflected in the people who are attracted to us. If if you're giving yourself out, as if you're a towel to be used, people who need to use a towel will come to you and just dump their energy on you. And I most likely will, in the near future, make videos on how to take care of yourself energetically, because it is so important. But until then, that has been the oracle reading for you today. So remember to be your true authentic self and to let go of things that don't serve you at this time. And that'll be it. Now, just to wrap this up, like, comment, and subscribe. I just got the email address Cameron@spectralreadings.com, which I am thrilled about. Gotta say, like, that's been one of my dreams since the internet happened, was having my own web address, which has finally taken place. It's funny how things just kind of work out, like, it wasn't even that hard, but it just took a long time for that to happen. Anyway, Cameron@spectralreadings.com. You can email me for personal readings. The information's in the description box below on how to go about doing that. Check out my Instagram, where I do daily readings for the general energy, so all signs, spectral readings on Instagram. And anyway, thank you for coming, and I will see you next time.